Hey, I hope you're doing well. I'm Kyle. I'm a painter, and I have a confession to make. The truth is, there have been times when I was working on a painting and things didn't go exactly according to plan. I know, shocking, right? Well, then I might just take that painting, put it in the corner of my studio, and forget about it. And then I might revisit it, maybe months or even years later. Now, I know most of us are locked down, isolating, social distancing, but I've seen a lot of people come up with some really creative projects to help pass the time. Maybe you're doing a little spring cleaning around the home. I'm going to try to do both of those things as I dust off an old painting and try to breathe some new life into it. And if you like this video, feel free to hit one of those buttons that are around. Maybe follow me on Instagram at Kyle P. Stewart. But in the meantime, how about we head on over to the studio? That way I can do a little bit of work while I share my thoughts with you, and we can take a closer look at a brain on art. Here we have a painting that I had been working on quite some time ago, and I liked the general idea of it, but the color scheme wasn't really working out for me, so I put it away, moved on to something else, and now I'm hoping that I might be able to breathe some new life into it. Alright, collect my thoughts, and we're off. So the biggest changes that are going to happen here, they'll be with that strange form that's in the background. I don't expect to do too much with the figure or the chair aside from a few touch-ups. It's the surrounding space that really needs a new look. Instead of the more muted tones that were in my original idea, I've decided to brighten things up with some bold colors, and hopefully that will turn things around. So this isn't the first time I've been in this situation, and there have been several instances in the past when I just wasn't happy with the direction that a painting was going in. And despite what some people might believe, making art isn't always effortless fun. Sometimes it's hard work and requires a good amount of problem solving. There are times when a painting is giving me trouble, and I find myself looking at it for so long and thinking about it so much. You know, sometimes you get so focused on trying to make that first idea work that it becomes almost impossible to imagine any other direction to take things in. And that's when I might just put it away and move on to another canvas rather than continue struggling. Now obviously there are times when there's going to be a deadline and you have no choice but to just get the work done. And in that case, just got to dig in, cross your fingers. If deadlines are not an issue, then don't be afraid to just put it aside and go work on something else. It's alright, it's not like giving up. It's an opportunity to recharge your brain, and you might end up being more productive because of it. When I do put a painting away and move on to another one, I'm hoping that my thoughts will get a much needed shake up, and maybe I'll feel a little revitalized. there's the possibility that by simply not looking at that problematic painting for a while, I'll be able to look at it again later with fresh eyes, and by that time, maybe my thoughts will no longer be connected with that struggle that I was originally feeling. So obviously there's an emotional connection with making art, and if I start to struggle on something, I might begin to feel frustration, anxiety, or self-doubt. Creativity and problem solving can be difficult when negative emotions get in the way. You can get so wrapped up in trying to think your way out of trouble that you forget to work from the heart and have confidence in your choices. So most of these organic, abstract forms that you see in my paintings, they're mostly made up in the moment while I'm painting. And because of that, it's important to trust my instincts. And this approach definitely means that I sometimes have to rework something that I've done, make adjustments as I go, and be willing to take things in unexpected directions. Speaking of which, you'll see that I've changed my mind about the color on this floor. It's important to remain flexible with your ideas. It's important to remember that even the wrong decisions are an essential part of getting better and growing as an artist. If we only ever stick with what we know and what we're comfortable with, then how can we ever expect to evolve? It's important to take chances and try new things. And my advice to those of you who maybe are just starting out, try working on a couple pieces of art at the same time so you're not spending all your time thinking about staring at that one thing. Allow yourself to work out an idea, trust your instincts, and don't force things to go in a particular direction if it doesn't feel right. And believe me, don't assume that your first idea is always going to be your best idea. Allow yourself to grow and evolve. Embrace your mistakes and learn from them. So thanks for spending this time with me. I hope everybody is staying happy and healthy. If there's any other art-related topics you'd like me to discuss, you're more than welcome to mention them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, subscribe, or check me out on Instagram at Kyle P. Stewart.